today, what I talk is my life. You know, long story. More than 70 years.
At 7:30.
Okay, my first experience of America was when I was 20 years old. Long time ago, I went to Washington State as an agricultural trainee for 2 years programs. This is not Washington. This is Arizona. First, I went to Washington State and picking apples, and studied a little bit English over there, and then moved down to Arizona, and lemon orchard and grape orchard at that time in Dayton, Arizona, 100 miles east from Yuma. Now it's underground is a kind of a missile base, right? I didn't know at that time, many dump cars moving around that, but I don't know what they are making under the ground, under this. Okay, next, please. Okay, first I have to talk about my family history, and next is the persons I met and accepted knowledge at each ages. I met many persons, and I worked at two different experiment stations in Japan. First, I local experiment station in Wakayama, and I fired because I do too much on tropical fruits. They don't like me to do that. But national government, the upper side experiment station, the person looking at what I'm doing in the local experiment station, and he asked me to, hey, you wanna be working with us? But to do so, you have to get the doctor degrees. So I started writing many papers. I didn't attend any universities. I just paper work, write my research paper, and if the magazine accepted, so I papered 7 or 8 papers, 2 in English and 5 in Japanese was a requirement. So I passed, and the university gave me doctor degrees. It's a kind of a strange doctor degrees. Okay. And during then I quit the National Government Research Center because at that time the Japanese party turnover like that in Japan like this, and then they, very hard for me to work on the tropical fruits. They asked me to go over Vietnam and Thailand and then do your experiment over there. But what I wanted to do is bring some material into Japan and do experiments in Japan, and bringing many crops to Japan and expand the Japanese like they doing, expand my material to the farmers to start tropical fruits. So I quit. But at that time, well, okay. And then I moved to Hokkaido. Then I'm going to start here. This picture was old one, and my grandparents was an immigrant in Meiji era a long time ago. At that time, he doesn't get any permission to get into the United States. They smuggled in. They come to not in a gorgeous ship, the carrier like small ships, and first stop at the Hero, and then move to Seattle.
Those are the ice cars on the left side.
Mm-hmm. This is my grandparents was owing in the Santa Monica nurseries in Los Angeles. He bought a lotteries and he won. And bring that money and go first it was smuggled in at the Seattle. He put every clothes on the top of the head and jump in the sea and swim to the coast, and then moved to the Wyoming, and he worked at the miner at Wyoming, and bought a lottery and get the money and bring the money to go down to LA and start nursery business.
Wow.
And before the World War II, they come back. Early Showa era, they come back to Japan with lots of money at that time and build big houses. And I was born in here. And since they didn't have children, and they, my mother was a niece of my grandmother, and accepted my mother first, and then my father comes here, and I was born. But they didn't have any experience to grow kids. So soon after I was born, they take me to grow, and they teach me the way, or raise me the way of American people doing. So I'm kind of, Americanized, not the usual Japanese.
They win the lottery.
I never buy the lotteries. Okay, and then this is Columbia River. As I told you, I went to Washington State. Wenatchee is they say apple capital of the world. I don't know if it's true or not, because they are growing now only the apple cultivars. What's the name of the apple cup? No, Japanese one. Fuji is more than 70% of the apple they are growing in the world, right? So if they say apple capital of the world, the variety they are growing is Fuji, which is made in Japan. Okay? And I worked with Mexico. This is a farm I was working on, 3,000 acres of lemon orchard and grape orchards. It's a big one. Okay, next please. When I was young, like that, I worked on the farm. I enjoyed, because I was only 20 years old, I enjoyed everything. All right? And I had experiments during that program. I had a chance to go to California Polytechnic University in Pomona, and the teacher take us to the field trips. And I found this one. This is very impressive to me. Just like a Japanese style, hillside planting. I was so inspired. If they can do this on the hillside, why we cannot do same things in Japan? And they are, irrigating these areas. We have enough rainfall, so then I get interested into avocado growing at that time. Okay. This is the California Pomona I used to study, and during in the school, doctor told me, "Hey, from now on, any kind of a crop in the United States which cannot be harvested by machine will be not survive. But it's true. But lemon, it's still they are picking by hand, Mexican labor picking by hand, right? In Japan also, Satsuma mandarin should be picked by hand because the rind is so soft, like a navel orange or the Valencia orange. It has a thick rind, so labor can picked by hand, right? And grapefruit also same. But some crops can be survived now. So Hawaii people should be select such kind of not mechanically harvested crop is suited for us, right? We cannot compete with a big, large company in the United States. Okay, at that time also I learned their water in California, Southern California, coming from San Francisco Bay and carrying a big canal. And before the Los Angeles, they have a Tahachipi mountain, more than 1,000 meters. So they have to pump up the water 1,000 meters. We visited the pumping station, Edmondson pumping station. At that time, they had 8 big agri pump, 80,000 horsepower, something like that. And if they start at one time, all Los Angeles was dropped down the electricity, right? Mm-hmm. So, a long time ago, Pearl Harbor bombing was, and Mr. Yamamoto decided to bombing the Pearl Harbor. But if I were him, I will not do same thing. I will bomb that pumping station, right? That's what I learned at that university. Okay. So water is very important. Okay, next. So during the college, I need some money for scholarship, right? Of course, I was so smart, so I don't. I got a tuition fee waive, something like that. So I don't have to pay the money so much, but I have to pay for the living, right? Inside the campus. Dormitory, I see, dormitory fee, 700 per something like that. So I get that money working on the campus. I cannot work outside the campus, but they permit me to working on the campus, taking care of nursery and taking care of avocado orchard or orange orchard, something like that. So I found avocado, of course. I went to the university to study avocados, and also other things, cherimoya and macadamia nuts and white sapote. Those kind of things are on the field or collections. So I ate someday on the in a ground. Nobody eat that. So first I think deer something come out and eating, chewing, and cherimoya or white sapote. So it must be very tasty. So I try to eat. Sweet, very sweet and tasty. Hey, this is what, And I went to doctor. Hey, what is that? What is that? And he asked me. And it's lucky. My professor was a student of Dr. Schroeder from UCLA, and he was later. I show you. He was dealing with cherimoya. And my doctor called him, hey, my student interested in cherimoya, and send him to you to teach him. Okay, next. So this is Dr. Schroeder, and I visited his house and how to pollinate and many. I asked hundreds of questions of him, and he also introduced me. Next, please. Another funny things I should talk to you. Doctor, this is the things I told you yesterday. When pollinate is good for cherimoya, that's his study at the university for graduation or something like that. 1945. It's ending the World War II, right? We Japanese fighting against the United States, but in your country, you are studying cherimoya pollination. How come we can, compete with or fight against these countries, But my grandparents knew that already because he had the experience how big, how strong the United States was. But he couldn't tell at that time. He must be shut down. He's quiet. Okay. Oh, okay. And he also introduced me to another researcher in Spain or New Zealand dealing with cherimoya or atemoya. And also I visited Spain. So the connection of the researcher is getting wild in worldwide. For me, it was very useful for me, or I was very lucky to meet who you're gonna meet. Okay, all right. This is also avocado I told you yesterday. All right, next please. Next please. And avocado, I also met this person, Riverside, Dr. Berg. He's very famous for breeding of avocados. And avocado industry in California was developed by 40 cultivar, 40. 40 means kind of strong, right, in Mexican word. So after the cold, hazard, only 40 was survived. Then, they increased the number of 40, and they make the industry, avocado industry in California. But 40 is not so productive. 40. Can you say Suzuki? I always say that. Chevrolet, we cannot do that. But you can do Suzuki. Oh, anyway, at that time, some postman find out the Hass avocado, which is very productive in his backyard, and he made lots of money, increasing the number of the nursery trees by Hass. But at that time, the green color was the usual color of the avocado. But Hass turns black at the maturity, so people asked him, black Hass should be needed for, a market. So he started to develop the black Hass. He planted thousands of Hass seed and selected 3 highly productive green Hass. But it took a little longer. During that time, quality was converted to Hass already. So nobody wants to grow green Hass anymore. So breeding is important, but time is important, right? And next, Dr. Mary Ruapeya, who took over his places, and she continued his project. And now she planted the green Hass seed and produced the high-yielding black Hass again, right? That is the gem or lamb Hass or harvest. These 3 one was it. Now they're using this gem or lamb Hass for the cross, like I show you, cross planting.
High density.
The high density, yes, high density plantings to get the high yield in a small tree by using some kind of hormone. But what she has done, the most good thing to me, I think the advocate ready for tonight to increase avocado consumption. Ripening is the most, nobody, especially Japanese consumer, not used to the ripenings. Japanese fruits, every Japanese fruits can pick by hand and eat, right? We have many fermenting techniques, but we don't wait for like a Western pear. It tastes good, texture good, but Japanese pear just pick and eat. So at that time, only per capita consumption in California or United States was 500 gram or 700 gram per capita avocado consumption at that time, back in 1970s. Okay? But now you're eating more than 3 kilograms per capita. So how increase? Consumer knows how to eat, or consumer knows how avocado food value is so healthy or something like that. Okay? So this kind of things is also important. Consumer education and also ready for something for consumer is a very important thing to, put the market, put your crop into the market. Okay. I graduated University of California 1981. Within 3 years, people takes more than 4 years. I did in 3 years. Because my father was almost dying, so my sister wrote to me and, hey, brother, you should graduate as early as possible. So I challenged many classes and just get the test and pass. It's not so difficult because I was working on the campus and working on the field. So I'm experiencing things. And another good thing to me, I was not good at in English. But during the class, the words in my head left was a key word. Professor again and again talking. Only that words remain in my brain. So that was a key word. And that will be in the test, right? So my test was so good. And one other thing is, if I wrote the misspellings, L and R is not very difficult for us to. But professor give me a okay. But student in the United States, you are the American, you should not, but. So I was very lucky. And next, then I come back to Japan and hired by experiment station, Wakayama. This one. Wakayama is a citrus country, but it's a strange country. We can also grow peach, pears, and kaki, persimmons. Any kind of fruit we can grow. It's a strange places. And the old researcher tell me, advised me, you should only use your 50% times for the task. Routine task. I have to do at the experimentation. The rest of 50%, you should use whatever you want to. It's gonna be very, very valuable in the future. Seed researching, right? So I studied tropical fruits in the greenhouse of citrus. Should be grown in citrus, I plant. Between the citrus, I plant cherry moya and macadamia, like this kind of things. And also, boss told me, visiting to the indigenous place is important to know what kind of circumstances it grows, so you can get the idea how to grow. So visiting the indigenous place. So I went to the Ecuador, Peru, and this kind of things for cherry moya. Okay, next. And also my boss told me I was growing cherry moya in the greenhouse without any pruning or any trainings. Hey, what is your, I cannot see by seeing your tree, I cannot see what you are doing or what you are trying to do. So whatever, if somebody visited you and see your trees, we should be able to know this person, what kind of production they are purposing, right? So he teach me first how much pound or how much yield you want a scale of acres, right? Then decide how much plant you have to plant and how much main trunks you make and how much fruiting branches you make. Then count from the yield. If you want a 2 ton of fruit per quarter of an acre, if you plant 100 trees per quarter of an acre, each tree should be 2 ton, 20 kilograms, right? Per each tree. And each tree has 2 lateral branches. So 10 kilogram, 10 kilogram. And each fruit has 500 grams. So 20 fruits and 20 fruits, right? So 20 fruiting branches and another 20 fruits branch for the next year, right? So if I see the tree like that, I can see this person, how many yield he wanted, right? That is important. The boss told me. Okay, next. Oh, this is just how I support it. I told yesterday. And also during that time, I visited Miami. And this is my first experiment. And they always, in July, they're having a mango festival. I was so expressed. There are so many cultivars. So I would like to try everything in Japan. So I got more than 200 scion wood of each variety back to Japan and grafted and tried to grow in the greenhouse. But still now, only Arwin is the main variety in Japan. Japanese people stick to the one varieties. It's a tendency of Japanese nations. One people say this and everybody go this way. In this country, different. One person go this way, that way, that way. That's the problem of our nations. So they don't know the taste of the real mango. Yes.
Do you grow those from seed then? You took the mangoes back to grow from seed?
No, seed, scion. Not. It takes a long time from the seed. I have no time. Okay, next. Ken. Oh, he is napping. Next. The first time I met Mr. Mango, Dr. Richard Campbell, he was very nice. And he gave me many information and also cultural characteristics.
He gave us many mangoes to eat too.
Oh, yeah?
That's what I was dreaming about.
Now he is retired and doing his job with his son, I think. And another lady, Norris Ledesma from Colombia. He can speak strange English like me, but she's very nice, and also she gave me many cultivars. She also retired now and living with her husband and raising a mango, I think. Okay.
She's still writing many papers.
Okay. And during that time, if I go to Florida, then why I don't go to Puerto Rico? Yes. So I visited this man, Dr. Ricardo Koenaga, and he sent me many vanilla, right? Vanilla cultivars to use.
So let me just say, in 1904, the university had the territorial extension bulletins. And at that time, the two top places in the world for tropical fruit researchers were Mayaguez, Puerto Rico, where Dr. Monego was stationed, and Kainaliu on the Big Island, which is, they're both still in operations, but theirs looks immaculate. You walk in and this canoe tree with a trunk the size of half this room, and touching the clouds. It's just the most incredible place to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, he is already retired, I think.
Just like
So everybody is retiring. Why not? Okay, next,
Except me, you retired.
no, next, please. You live forever, okay? And next, I visited here in Hiro, this station. You familiar with that? And I met. Next, please. Dr. Z. And he gave me many information about that. And the most big information I got from him is next. Next, this one. This is a funny guy. He introduced me to Hawaii. Hey John, why you don't go to Kona area? And before Kona, there is a Captain Cook. And here, there is a strange person who, love the tropical fruits like you. So I drove to Captain Cook, and we met in front of that hotel, Manango Hotel. He was waiting over there, and his house is just down there. So long time, long time. And next I met a person in the Frankie and Lynn and Frankie Sekia. Now they are doing a Frankie nursery in mainland Waimanalo.
and retiring.
He's retiring. Still working. He traveled all over the world and collected many, not cultivar.
He brought the cha-cha to Hawaii.
Chachai, right?
Yeah. The first one to bring it here.
So first time during the collecting time, he cannot make much money, but now he can make money for the tourist farming, showing or let them eat, getting money. So now doing. And then one success seed is he did is breed his own cultivar of pineapple. But this pineapple has a high sugar content and low acid content, easy to eat for Japanese consumers. Japanese consumer loves eat pineapples, and he making money. Now he got the brand name of なんだっけ medical name, but Frank Lin. Brand name is Frank Lin, not medical name.
Yeah, it's patented.
Patented, yeah, patented.
But he's retiring the pineapple too. He sold
Yes,
it.
yeah. Mhm. It's also very hard for him, but
Okay.
Okay.
The bricks is amazingly high.
bricks in summer, to anything is high, but in winter, cold season, pineapple gets sour in Okinawa. So nobody wants to buy a pineapple during the winter season. The consumer knows. Okay, next. Avocado Japan. Okay. This is the first tree I planted in Wakayama, way high, more than 10 or 15 meters. I was surprised. No. It's Zutano from California. Every avocado cultivar I started is from California. Okay? And when I moved to Okinawa, hired by the National Research Center, I met him, and his tree was this height, and I asked him, how old is this tree? 25 years old. Wow. Ishigaki Island is always hit by the strong typhoon. So you see the many windbreak over there. Without that, we cannot grow anything in Ishigaki. Everything was blown out. Was 25 years, it's surviving and this height keeping and producing many fruits. So I was surprised and inspired. Hey, this kind of, growing. Like you asking me how to grow that. First I grow high, big, ugly trees, but now I never do that same thing again. So this is the time I got the idea, low tree height production on tropical fruits. Okay. Yes. Yeah, that was in Ishigaki. Okay, Ishigaki is more close to Taiwan. Okay, same temperature as here in Hawaii. I showed that yesterday, right? Right? Next, please. And this is also I introduced you yesterday. And this was a person who. This is the avocado, kind of cattle raised under the tree, right? This kind of tree you wanted to make, right? So it's possible. In Captain Cook, he did by chainsaw over there. But you needed chainsaw.
Yes. Probably with his chainsaw I got from Tony.
Okay. Persimmon tree in Japan used to be big and nobody can touch the top of the trees. So now, if you go to Japan, no such high, tall persimmon tree you will not see. Everything is less than 2 meters. And limbs were going in a lateral way, and to support the fruit weight pole. How to say in English? No, pole. Support or something like that. Yeah, not coming up.
Those ones.
Yeah, that one is required. This is also this is the avocado tree in Okinawa. And the farmer, I tell you or teach him how to train the trees, and he did. He mounded and planted and trained the tree like this way. And my way is little different because I have to grow in the greenhouses, so I have to restrict the root growth. Yes.
Reason for the rich package is drainage?
Drainage. Yeah, avocado is very weak. If you get 1 day, 24 hours, drowned or under the water, it's gonna be a quick dieback or dry. Avocado roots require lots of oxygen. Okay, this one, at that time, root disease, Phytophthora cinnamomi, is a problem in California. Now, all California avocado is wiped out by that disease. Now they are doing is using resistant rootstock, true clone rootstock, and recovering at the Ventura area only, not Southern California. And San Diego area is already build housing, no farmings because of the high price of water too. So growers go down to the Mexico, and they produce fruit over there, and they send the fruit to Japan, made in Mexico. We pay the money, but that money goes to California, right? Not to Mexico, right? Californian making avocado in California and sell their crop as a Mexican-made avocado to Japan or China, and we pay the money, buy the avocado and pay the money, go to not Mexico, go to California, right?
68,000 tons.
Yeah.
68,000 tons of avocados are imported to Japan.
But now, used to be we get the high quality avocado from Mexico or from around. But now things changing. Chinese buy the best one, big one. And second small fruits only come to Japan. That's the way, reality now.
Grow your own.
So I wanted to have get the resistant rootstock. So we went to the broker's nursery in California with Ken's help to buy, but he had a very trouble to buy that things. They don't want to sell the material to me because I'm a Japanese. Then he is American. He can buy certain amount minimum, right?
Yep.
I need only 2 or 3 trees, but 33 per each cultivars. So if I want 5 cultivar, 150 trees.
We spent what, $3,000 for 25 trees?
Right. And send to Kent's place, and I come to his place and bring and get phytosanitary certification and get back to Japan. Okay, this is the way they are making nursery trees.
Yeah, those are the same pots we use. So sometimes at our repository, people ask, why use these pots 4 by 4 by 14? Well, you got room for root, you got time before you have to do it. And this is what they were doing in the big professional nurseries. So
Right. Most of the people using only a pot for the vegetable. It's very shallow. Whenever you grow 3 crops, you use a deep pot because taproot more than 1 foot is important. More than 1 foot, at least 1 foot. As long as you make a taproot first, then turn around the root, cut off it easily. Okay, and this is a root sow. This is a grafting, Mexican labor doing grafting in a group. Okay, this is rootstock. Then next, a lady doing pruning. Though she is concentrating only pruning, so she can do 100 tree per day. And another person, then she moves that. Not she moved. Another person moved that and tie. And then another person carry that into the greenhouse and these places and stimulate in the next place. Stimulate in the net binary tunnel rooms, increase the high humidity and increase the temperature and stimulate the germination. This is my way. First, I cut the cyan wood and cut straight down in the center of the rootstock and stick in the cyan wood and use bundle or whatever it is and use a para film parafilm to preventing drying. That's it, I do. But point is, I do this in the winter season. Because I'm growing in the greenhouse, I can raise the temperature. Winter season is the best time for the getting scion wood. So grafting is not so easy. No, grafting not so difficult. First thing is timing. Timing is a mature scion wood you should get. Okay, and next is what? Timing, sharpness of your tool, knife. And the third one is your technique. So your technique is third. Most important thing is timing of getting scion wood. That macadamia nuts industry, why? First time they unsucceeded grafting. So Dr. Z told me, doing a grafting on a shoot, which gonna be a scion wood, at least 1 month before you taking the scion wood. In tropical area, you continuously growing, the growth was continuous, right? So no enough energy or whatever, carbon or something in sugar or in the shoot. That poor, people without any, let's say, without money is not so strong. That's strange. Shoot has contain many nutrients, and just before starting growth is the best time to get the shoot for grafting. Taking this scion wood, not so many unfading grafting occurred. Okay, next. So rootstocks growing in a few months and graft, and after 1 month, and second growth coming out, then I can ship. So avocado within a year I can ship from the seed. Okay, and I don't have money, so I use the milk cups for the pot. That many fibrous roots you see, right? This kind of was very good. If you don't have a healthy fibrous roots, it's not grow well. Okay.
Dr. Yamamoto,
Yes.
can I ask you a grafting question for avocados? I have a lot of success with almost every other species, but avocados, I have this strange problem. I'm grafting out in the field, not in a greenhouse, so that might be part of it. But whenever I graft on the end of a branch, often the entire branch will die back to the next branching point. So I've taken to doing side or veneer grafts instead, so it doesn't have a whole branch to kill off. Do you have any suggestions of why that might happen in avocados specifically?
I couldn't understand.
I couldn't hear either.
Is it shaded? Is the branch shaded that you're working on?
It's in the field, so I can't always control that, but I try to put like tinfoil over it for avocados.
So what I'm saying is the older branches that are under the canopy, the plant slowly shuts those down over time because it's not getting as much sunshine as the rest of them.
So better to do it in sun-exposed branching.
Exactly.
Don't take the scion wood from the shading side. The shoot getting enough sunlight is much better. Okay, next. Then as I told you, I was hired by the National Research Center, and they sent me to Vietnam and Thailand to make a tree row. This is a project I started over there because it's beneficial for them, I thought at that time. Okay. So I show you, first time, and then next. And also I had the experience. I told the farmer, you should cut back, but they never do. But after typhoon comes and break his trees, he decided, Of course, I give some money, my pocket money, $1,000 to give them to replant the trees. So he started. And he let me do another trees, cut back. So very difficult for convince the farmers to do new things. Okay, so typhoon helped me. So I cut back and like that trees. It's easiest way. And thin out some branches. Okay.
That's 50% cut off.
Cut off the top.
50%.
Not 50%. Oh yeah, almost 50%. If it's 10 meter, I cut back to the 5 meters. But the upper side is small canopy, right? And what I did is, lateral branch. I have to keep the lateral branch. So if you use a pole to support that, it's kind of a. If you do grass cuttings, it's kind of a. Yeah. So what I did is I bought a cheap rope, and the top of the cutted places I put some rings, and each rope, hook each lateral trees to keep the angle. Okay, I thought it is very cheap way to do that. Okay, and get the middle. Yeah, come back. Yeah, those pictures, right hand side just sent it to me a few days ago from Thailand. The girls I told you yesterday, many years ago I teach her, and now she's doing everything like Japanese way. Also, she had experience to work in Japanese farmer for a couple of months. So I told you, go to some place to see or experience something new. Then come back to Hawaii and start do something. Not start to do anything from my speech. After you experiencing, seeing is very important. That's why I tell you, go to the indigenous place or go to some places. Okay. And then mangosteen trees, huge mangosteen trees, why they don't produce. I told you yesterday, okay? But even the mangosteen trees, you can cut back some lateral branches, and then new shoots come out and new fruits start to grow. And also, grafting is important because seedling go straight up generally, and grafted tree doesn't so grow so fast and also has a tendency to grow lateral way. Okay. Next. And from here, after I retire from Central Research Center, one strange, super rich person who made a lot of money for lending money to the customers, he come to me and would you help me to grow avocado in Hokkaido? And I told him, hey, you are crazy. Only $1 per piece of avocado. How come you make money to grow avocado in minus 20 degrees Celsius areas? But he still asked me why. Then I decided to go to see his places, and 21 half-quarter acre of greenhouse there was 20 of that greenhouses. He is a super rich person. He can do anything. If you have money, you can grow avocado on the moon.
You never introduced me, so.
Yeah. He was a super rich person. How come we can?
You were afraid that I was going to bring him to Hawaii.
That's true. But he is not interested. He's interested in only Hokkaido, not even interested in Okinawa. Okay, next. How?
There they are.
Hold on, you'll see the pictures.
You're thinking, you gotta think how short were the trees, not how tall was the house.
It's very high because there is so much, at least 2 meters, more than 2 meters snowfall in the winters. So snow causes a problem on the side of the greenhouses. So we have to dig or blow the snow between the houses.
I
So-
hiked through that, you made me shovel that one walk.
This is the way in the winter season in Hokkaido, minus 20 degree Okay. And also he asked me to, ship the mango during the Christmas season. It's impossible in the hot areas, but in the cool area, you can flower initiation and during to sell the fruit at the Christmas season 3 months before you have to get the full bloom, and 2 months before you get flower initiation, right? 2 4 months, right? So April, May is the flower initiation period. But in Okinawa here, it's impossible, less than 15 degrees Celsius, right? Only Hokkaido. And first I thought, we need a much lower temperature required for mango to flower initiation. So they have a lot of more than enough snow packs. So we keep the snow packs under the ground and let them melt bring that melted water into the greenhouse and use melted water cycling, and during in that machine over there, they blow the cold air,
Does that make the trees go dormant for a while and pull their cycle out?
They don't need a dormancy. As long as they flower initiate, then next thing is a stimulator to start the flowers.
So you created an artificial.
We lower the temperature to flower initiation. Make a flower bud in a bud. Okay.
So, John,
Okay.
are you cooling the soil or are you cooling the leaves?
I did cooling air and cooling the soil. I tested,
Yeah. So which
and
one?
I had make a big mistake. Lower temperature is good, so I cool down the soil by make a hose around the pot, and the 5 degree or 0 degree Celsius water go through that and go down, soil temperature go down to the 5 degrees Celsius, 10 degrees Celsius, 15 degrees Celsius. If it get the 5 degrees Celsius go down, and even though air temperature is more than 15 or 20 degrees Celsius, tree, quickly, they cannot suck up water, right? Too cold. So soil temperature is important. The people say in tropical area there is 2 seasons, wet season and dry season. And the timing of wet to dry during this period is important. Inside, they don't measure the root areas, root zones temperature, soil temperature. They should do that. What kind of temperature differences? I think that promote the flower initiation. They say dry season initiate flowers, but I think wet season to dry season is a small period, changing the strict, quick change of soil temperature down 30 centimeter or 40 centimeter is
Kind of hard to get enough snow in Hawaii to make
right.
Did you also use the hormone PVC?
No, I didn't do it. I didn't use only because if my owner want to sell the fruits, right? That is the purpose, right? To do so, we don't use that. We cannot use that. Okay, next. And I find out whatever temperature during the flower initiation period, less than 15 degrees, or preferably 10 degrees Celsius, promote the flower initiations. Once they get the flower initiation, then we start heating up to 20 degrees Celsius, then start
That's soil temperature?
No, air temperature.
Air temperature.
But in the pot, soil temperature always follow the air temperature.
Right.
Air temperature going up in the daytime, soil temperature a little bit later going up. So it's a cycle every day. And this is when the November 18th, like this. And white paper and the net. I used both things. Yeah, and also a reflector. Okay, please, next.
Even color.
Ken said, generally the mango, the tip of the mango cannot get enough sunlight, and some green color left. So Japanese consumers very picky about this kind of things. It doesn't affect the taste, but so we have to put the reflector only.
They pay extra for all even color. Same taste but different look.
Okay, all right. All right, airtight greenhouse. Okay, this is, since outside of the greenhouse is -°C, we cannot ventilate the air, right? If you ventilate the air, it's gonna be a problem. -° air coming into the greenhouse is terrible. So we always keep shut down the greenhouses. What's gonna happen when sun go up? The plant start photosynthesis. At the beginning of the morning, CO2 concentrate is more than 700 or 800 ppm during the respiration in the night. But 700 ppm carbohydrate, after the sun goes up, then respiration, photosynthesis start going down in the morning within a few hours, then reach to the 250 ppm. Generally, 300 ppm around is in here. Here is many people here, so they use so maybe 500 ppm or 600 ppm. Okay, okay, little bit. So if I add the CO2, it increases the photosynthesis, and I tried to add the CO2 in a tight area on the greenhouses. It's increased 3 times. It's not only in the greenhouse. Open field is same. Some doctor said yesterday mulching is important, right? And mulching is important because they digested by the bacteria or something like that, and they exude the CO2. The leaves are this way, and their mouth is underside of the leaves, right?
Right.
And CO2 coming up, and they eat, right? So if you have many mulches over cover on the ground, they get more carbon dioxide and more, photosynthesis the tree does. So it's not only for the Hokkaido area. You can, get some benefit from mulching.
Ken, is that why you smoke cigarettes out there?
Well, the ash is really good.
Okay, let them talk. Next, go. Okay, next is going to avocado. Okay, next please. So in 2009, in April, I moved to Hokkaido, carrying with a small plant in a milk pot from Okinawa to Hokkaido, and they prepare for me to this kind of a nice greenhouse because they have money and they don't care about 1.2 meter diameter, not diameter, and about 1 foot or more height. And planted small, grafted tree. And next, please. And 1 year after, it grows so fast. I was surprised because summer season, sun comes up in 3 o'clock in the morning and sun go down 10 o'clock in the morning. How long during the summertime they have a time to do a photosynthesis? That's why in Russia or those areas, very cold area, they have big trees. During the summer season is very productive on that areas. I found that. I was surprised, 1 year, and already producing some few fruits. Okay, next. This is 4 years after plantings. From one pot, I got 295 fruits from each trees I got. It's a kind of Hass type, high productive. Okay.
Pollinators.
How?
How do you pollinate? You have
By bumblebee. I release the bumblebee during the flowering season. They don't go out. They don't want to go out. They stay, of course. Minus 20 degrees is harmful, dangerous. Kill yourself. Okay,
Was that honeybee? You mean honeybees or bumblebees?
both. Anything is and fried, but fried smells bad. You have to rot the meat or fish and increase the honey fried. Okay, next. And also a small pot, 6-liter pot, also produce hundreds fruits. To do so, you have to do irrigation. Irrigation is important. Every half hour or every hour, you have to put some, drip some water. Never give them, when you stop the irrigation, tree get stress soon. Okay? So only fibrous root in the pot. I show you in mango, right? Even the mango, continuous irrigation in the pot. They don't require the strong tap root. They need is only a feeder root. Okay, next. So I like these kind of things, thinking about how much money you make. If 400 gram average weight per fruit and 200 fruits per each tree, 800 kilograms per tree you can harvest, right? And then 800 per tree, 200 trees per acre. This times 49,340 pounds per acre. And if we can sell 50 yen for fruits, you can make per acre, bottom down. If my correction is correct, This is not a dream, reality. I did. I harvested the numbers of fruits, right? And I multiplied the numbers. Under the greenhouse condition, every tree has the same,
So this tree still producing?
No, only six years I were in Hokkaido.
So after you leave, this
They died. They stopped. After I leave, the boss died. Then everything is good. As long as you have money,
So Dr. Jones, what is your cost of production?
I don't know. Making that greenhouses, I heard that the 300 million yen, 3 million yen to make one greenhouse. And heating oil is not so much different from Miyazaki Prefecture. 3 kiloliter of petroleum used.
Very high,
Right.
very high.
1 liter is about say 100 yen now. 3 kiloliter, how much? Right. Very expensive.
You use a kiloliter per year?
Yeah, 3 kiloliter per year in a 3 kiloliter per quarter of acres house. Because we have to maintain, not the avocado, for mango. Mango requires more than 23 degrees Celsius minimum to produce a high quality fruit. If we use a lower temperature as a minimum temperature for the growing mango, after the flowerings, the fruits ooze out some kind of saps, and saps burn the surface of the skin of the fruit, and cosmetic damage occurs, and consumer doesn't pay high prices. So taste is the same, but outside is important. To do so, we have to pay certain amount of heating oil.
That's 120,000 yen per acre. Just for the
Okay.
fuel.
But my boss told me, the super rich person. I asked him, why you do this kind of stupid things? He was serious. Hey, Yonemoto, if I succeed here using money or buying as a petroleum, but your success is important. Something is, can be produced in that area. Next person think about, what kind of a cheap way. So natural gas coming out from the ground in Hokkaido, why they don't use the natural gas? There are many dairy farms, 3,000, 5,000 daily, shit so much amount and use methane. Why don't you use that? And they also have a hot spring, many hot spring in Hokkaido. Why they don't use the hot spring water to heat? So important thing is that somebody do first and succeed. If they knew it is possible to grow mango in Hokkaido, then next people, think about their. So that's my boss. This kind of person make a lot of money. Me doesn't make a lot of money. Okay, next. Next thing I told is, let's say, breathing is important, I'd like to say. This is my experience. In passion fruits in Japan, we grow some passion fruits, purple passion fruits. Tastes good and smells good, but passion fruits has more than 3% acid content. So more than 3%. Lemon has a 5% acid, right? But if you buy it, it's very sour. Passion fruits 3%. If you buy or eat, it's somehow sour, sweet but sour. So I think about if I produce breathe the passion fruits with the same sugar content, around 20 or 19 degree sugar content, with less than 2% sugar acid content, then consumer eat fresh fruits. Like him, he added the sugar to cook the passion fruits. That's how much sour it doesn't care. But fresh fruit consumption needs acid content is very important. So I decided to hybridize. Okay. Right hand side is Ruby Star and Summer Queen and Yone-chan number 3. I produced. Most of the grower in Kagoshima now producing a Ruby Star because it's easy to grow and productive, but high acid content. And Summer Queen tastes good and the flavor is much better, but little small and production is less. Yone-chan is about production level is about same as Ruby Star, but sugar content is same. Next, please. Okay, how I made this one is I found the yellow passion fruits. It's a kind of a relative, very close relative of pink passion, purple passion fruits. This is a yellow passion fruits, very low acid, grow in my research center. Somebody, brought in from somewhere. And I was looking at that trees. Fruits never drops, after 3 months, 5 months, or 6 months. Hey, it's strange, and let's try to taste. Harvest it and eat. No acid at all. Wow, no drops. Passion fruits, it drops when it gets mature. If it stay longer, then acid content going down. But before acid going down, they dropped. That's a problem. And this one has left in the tree as long as possible, and also low acid content. Then I think about and summer queen. I told you it's a small and but high aroma, nice aroma, and yeah. And then I hybridize, and this is the mother and this is the father. I pollinated from pollen of summer queen to the yellow passion fruit. Then made F1. I also this one is also patented, not patented, yeah. Sunny Shine is the name of a patent name or something like that.
How did you do that?
How patent?
What was your method to do that?
No. I just pollinated and get the fruits, right?
Yes.
And take out all seed and plant all seed. And select and just randomly select the 100 seed. I plant in the small pot and plant it and let them grow and to the 2 meter and then go to this way, lateral way, and they start to produce fruit and get fruit. This one is F1, right? 100 different types of fruit. I check each fruit. First I think it's drop or not. And when dropped, then I measure the sugar content and acid content. I tried 100 trees, right? And select the most good one. Okay, it's not so difficult. Even anybody can do this kind of things. It's only 100 or 50 pot is required. And the passion fruits produce fruits from the seed within a year. So very quick. Yellow and red, compare that. And yellow is red is more dominated. So if you plant the red color and red fruits seeds planted, most of them come out is a red fruits produced. Okay? Okay, next. But now in Hokkaido, I tried this Sunny Shine. It was a good one, but I wanted to give them a more cold resistance. So to do so, purple passion fruit is a small one, but it's tolerated to the lower temperature. So I hybridized both way. Pollination of purple passion to Sunny Shine, and also Sunny Shine pollination pollen to the purple passion fruits. This is small, this is larger, and get both tree has fruit. Okay? So I found out if your mother is small, next one is also a little relatively small. If your mother is larger, the children are relatively large. Okay? And that also I planted 50 tree of this side and 50 seed of this and that side. And the same things I did in Hokkaido and selected Y number 1 to 50 and B number 1 to 50, and Y number 3 is the most easy to grow and relatively good. Much lower acid one was there, existed, but small or some kind of thing. Okay, that's the way I selected white number. Too much time I'm using, right? I know. Fine? Okay, go ahead. So, bricks sugar content is Y3, Summer Queen, Ruby Star, almost same, 19 point something, when fruit dropped, right? At that time, acid content is Y3 is 1.5 to 2 point between that, 1.7 or 6, right? Very low. And Summer Queen is a little over 2.0, and Summer Queen is 3.0. And after dropped fruits, after 10 days, acid content going down to 1%. So if you have dropped 3%, after 10 days, when the fruits little bit start shrinking, at that time, 2%. That's why people say when you eat purple fruits, when shrinking is the time of eating. That's the reason. Acid going down during the shrinking. But look at the Y3. After the fruit drop, you can already eat. And after 10 days, it's much lower, much sweet. Not much sweeter means you feel sweet. If you feel sweet is a kind of a relationship between the, sugar and acid. Yeah, right. So shrinking time is the best time for eating. It's not, it's not good for the consumer. We would like to eat a nice-looking, freshy fruit as a fresh fruit, right? Shrinking fruit is not fresh fruit, right? So I produce this one, but nobody grow this one. Only my wife growing this one, and she's making money from that. The reason why she didn't come here is it's a kind of a second flowering season. She doesn't want to lose money, so she is trying hand pollinating every day.
You should try to sell it in Thailand. They refuse to eat shriveled fruit.
Yeah. Korean people come and they bring back some firewood already. Because the reason is Japanese grower is consistent to the variety cultivar. Or Japanese Agricultural Cooperative Association, they gather the fruits. They don't want another cultivar, only Ruby Star, right? That's why grower cannot grow. And one other reason is Yonechan Sango has some virus, but it's not effective virus, weak virus. I don't have any problem of growing Yonechan Sango. If you have a strong type of virus on the passion fruits, maybe somebody experiences the corky fruit rind or something, and stunted growth, and this kind of never happen. So I think about, we inject, prevent flu, right? Vaccinate, and Decopon. They know? Decopon. Sumo fruits. It's very popular now in Japan, and it's very sensitive to get a virus disease. So prevent getting virus, they inject or something. Right. What did you say? Inoculate small weak type of virus, right? So that prevents the strong type virus coming, but they cannot get in, right?
What kind of virus could
Decopon? No. It's a popular virus. Say some name. Torsteda, yes. Torsteda.
In my side, here it's a problem, but in my side it's very resistant, and it depends on the rootstock.
Now nothing is resistant, against the virus.
Against Crustacea?
Yeah. I mean, it depends on the cultivar, but it's impossible to virus-free plant to grow, keep the virus-free plant. It's very impossible.
But you remember non-coal. Yeah, so no problem with any of them.
So far.
Yeah, but already 10 years.
Okay, next please. So my fruits, one time, sent to Tokyo, famous senbiki, one piece is 640 yen. Now it's much higher. Now in Chiba Prefecture, they started to grow passion fruits. They sell 300 yen, $2 per piece at the farm level. Farmer gets $2 per piece.
You polish the skin too, I see.
No, it's covered by plastic. I didn't do that. They do. I just put the fruits on them in the brown bags and send them. They do everything. But I get only $1 from each. So I quit,
They make $100.
Right. Okay, next. Okay, this is Taiwan. Okay, next. Next, please. And I said to you, Dr. Teng, breathing. Next, please. And next. Yeah, this one I told you next. Breathing is important. I would like to say that. Okay. Okay, this is the person who did my sensei, my teacher, how to grow mango in Okinawa, Ishigaki Island. Okay, next please. This one I already showed, right? And this one already I showed in Hokkaido. This is Hokkaido. See, only the fibrous roots, even in the, I dig out this kind of a plant and check what kind of roots inside. Next please.
We have a lot of hot culture.
And on this side is outside plantings in Okinawa or something. We dig these trees and find out 6 meters deep the taproot go down, even in Okinawa. It was a lot of work to dig out the old root. Yes.
The pot,
Yes.
you said only fibrous roots. So are you pruning the taproot? You cut the taproot? Why do you keep the fibrous roots?
This is replanted from Miyazaki, bringing a big tree and cut the all big fruit, roots and planted in that area. Cut, yeah. Yesterday, root pruning, something like that. Then planted, then in the pot, and continuous periodical irrigation. They need only.
And no repot, one time and that's it. No
Right. And the mango can replant even its big trees. It's possible after you cut all the canopy and all the roots and replant. Okay, next. Next, please. Okay, now just go ahead. This one I paclobutrazole. So for our initiation, I showed you yesterday. Next, please. Next, please. This side, next, please. Next, please. Next, please. Next, please. Next, please. Okay, this is. I told you, if you have enough money, or more than enough money, you can do this kind of things. But finally, I found in my life, the right crop for the land, right? So this is very important. Tropical fruits is different from the vegetable or deciduous tree. One night of frost kill the trees, and you lose 10 years or 20 years, you spent for the. So that's the difference of growing vegetable. And next, please. My hope to the next generations. As I told you, first visit Taiwan. They are very good at growing tropical fruits. So go over there and look there and get the idea how to change your tropical fruits growth in way. And please, also I told you, visit the habitat. Feel by your body the air or wind, something like light, something like these things. And as I told you, I did in Hokkaido. I found out many new things, but I could not write a paper because I was hired by the company, right? So my 6 years in Hokkaido experience, I can write hundreds of scientific paper, but all data gone. No, not gone, but we cannot.
Non-disclosure. So you give me the data already.
But the people always say, and tropical region, tropical researcher in here, trying to find something in here, but sometimes it's very difficult to control the temperature or this kind of thing. Lowering temperature is almost impossible in tropical area. But nobody knows this tropical plant is how much lower temperature they can survive or this kind of things. So doing experiment in the temperate zone is, I'm talking about the tropical fruits, very successful or time and efficient way. Okay, and next is, as I showed you yesterday, also many types of deciduous tree trainings and prunings. The deciduous tree has a more history, longer history of cultivation. So what I did is use that way of they doing on the deciduous tree to the tropical trees. So learn more about from the deciduous tree. Okay, and the deciduous tree grower always knows the tree characteristics. Nobody growing nobody growing the evergreen fruits doesn't care about the tree shape or doesn't know how to tree react when you cut or where to cut. But deciduous tree farmer always know where to cut and how to they rejuvenate or these things. The one thing that I would like to you to know is one point. Tip of the lateral branch should be higher than the bottom. As long as tip is higher than bottom, no water, not many water sprout coming out. If you put them, let them down, now you're gonna be a trouble and many water sprouts come. This is terminal, not apical domination. The apical domination. This put in your brain. So as long as you know this, characteristic, you will not make a much different fault. And next is when you cut back, always cut back above the lateral branch or some kind of branches. If you cut between the lateral branch, many water shoots come out. Okay, these two things, and prepare for the sunburn.
As long as enough water.
Could you repeat that last suggestion about between the branches?
Between the branches, if you cut the center of that here, only trunks left, right? Then, our surrounding area, many water sprouts come out. Okay? So whenever you cut the heavy cut, just above the lateral trunk.
So he gave a hands-on pruning demo in Maui,
Many years ago.
and anyway, a lot of farmers applied what he taught them. Like Jordan, our Maui president, applied that, and he had some sample mango trees that's done on Maui. Maybe we'll make you come back again. And
No. This is gonna be the last time of my, And you see many big ugly trees here in front of this building.
Yeah.
Big one. That's a good experience. If I have a chainsaw now, I just cut one big trunk, then you can see the different image of the trees. Only one cut over there.
one fell this year. Actually killed it.
Okay, then no cultural techniques better than the good cultivar. If you try to think about the race horse, bad race horse. If you train hard, never get one, right? Need a good one, right? So same things in the mango, good cultivar, suited for your land. And I try to, I said manipulation. I manipulate to produce as much as possible for that cultivar in Hokkaido or certain areas. But it's kind of a limitation. There is a limitation. If you have a better cultivar, much easier for manipulation. Or if you don't, if you have, yes, that's right. So breed your own cultivars. I heard somebody doing some breeding by yourself. It's very important. In these days, government gave up. They don't have enough budget to do this kind of things. But in here, Hawaii, I envy you. You have already collected many variety and cultivar from all over the world. Why you don't use that to make a new Hawaii cultivars? Everything should be Hawaii cultivar.
For your place, that's it.
Yes, yes, for your place.
For your island and the place.
Your environment.
And I envy this country is in. I have already gave up to growing tropical fruit in Japan. That's why I decided to retire.
I think, you can move into my other house. You and your wife.
Yeah, if it's possible. And here is a very funny place. And high elevation and low elevation, tropical, pure tropical to dry side, every kind of climate and many kind of soil type in here in Hawaii Islands, right? Why? You don't enjoy each climate. Don't stick to the pure tropical areas. Think about the deciduous tree on the higher elevation too. Now I'm trying to grow pecan nuts now. It's a deciduous tree. But I found it's one big tree was growing at the Carpinteria. Not the Carpinteria, it's Captain Cook. Kainaleo
The station in Kainaleo.
station. And producing fruits, even in a tropical area. Pecan is originated to the Northern American, right? Indian food. But nobody knows outside of America. But it's getting popularity. So you grow only macadamia or some kind of nuts, but also you can grow pecan nuts,
You have planted nuts over there. Cut nuts.
cut nuts, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that.
So use or enjoy your climatical difference in here. Okay.